We have been very fortunate to get some of the championship videos of Fatty's back-to-back wins, and this is the 79th Cocker Champion Spaniel Championships at the Queensbury Estate by kind invitation of the Duke of Clue, the head keeper Rab Clark and his team. We're going to try now and talk you through what happens in Fatty's runs and how the BG Foundations have helped her have the success. This is the ultimate challenge for anyone with a Cocker Spaniel, Springer Spaniel, Retriever to get and qualify for the British Championships, and obviously then to have the luck and everything your way to win the championships. But you've got to have the dog that can do this. So when you refer to the app and look at the hunting videos, you will see how I taught Fatty back then to hunt like she's hunting now, in a tight, controlled, methodical way. And we have the voice and we have the sound on this video, so you can see and hear everything that we're doing right and wrong. And we had lots of frost and heavy frost actually overnight, so the bracken is very hard cover to get under. The scenting is very, very poor. So I had to make sure that she was hunting every single inch of bracken so we didn't miss anything. And the judges were asking me to move around the bits of cover where I think there could potentially be game held. She really got stuck into everything. But the thing that I love most about this dog is throughout the foundations, the trust that we built up through teaching her in a specific way enabled me to hunt her here at the British Championships with all the pressure of cameras, other dogs, hundreds of people walking behind watching. She just took it in a stride and did everything that I asked of her like it was a normal day shooting. Completely with me, always watching me out of one eye, doesn't matter how hard she was going. And what we're going to see shortly is some of the marking drills that you can refer to within the app with distractions. There was nothing really straightforward for Fatty. Everything she had, there seemed to be a distraction, whether it was undulating ground, dips across tracks, live birds getting up whilst we were actually on a retrieve. And look how relaxed I am. I turn my back on her, she's focusing on me, looking at me, completely relaxed. I'm chatting to one of the judges. The trust is incredible. Okay, and in this situation here, I'm being called over to potentially pick a bird that the other handler has been able to pick. And this is called an eye wipe. So a bird has been shot and it's ran, and it's gone, and we're pretty sure it's gone, but I've got to come and have a try. And I want you to watch how quiet I am as a handler. And I believe that, you know, obviously the BG Foundations have come on hugely in the last decade since this. But watch how she hunts, watch how she handles. I send her out, one cast, dead straight line, and she's gone. Straight out, stop, push her back. And it's very calm, very controlled handling, even under this huge pressure. 2 cameras on you, hundreds of people watching. She comes back, she checks. The scent was very poor, but she went off 100, 200 yards on lines, trying to find this wounded bird. You see her just push her back, she goes back, takes the line, comes back, looks at me. It was almost like, a lot of people, spectators said that it's almost like I had her on strings, invisible strings, thank God. But she was just completely and utterly with me and fixated on me. But I knew I had the confidence, I could push her back, and I knew if she got into a huge rack of birds, I knew I could control her. And I knew it wouldn't worry her. She wouldn't chase them, she'd flush them and continue looking for the injured bird. And to have that trust, that weapon in your arsenal, is huge. So from what I heard, you see the judges gathering now. she's gone to the fall. She made a fantastic attempt, taken multiple lines back down the woodland, and that was it. It was gone. The judges obviously walked forward to see if they can find it, and the bird had gone, so that was it, over. Obviously if we stumbled on it from where they told us it was, then obviously we'd both be out, and thank God they didn't. So now we carry on hunting, and there's bracken here, but there's a little bit more bramble in this section. And again, listen to my handling, listen to my whistle. I'm hardly using the whistle. And we talk you through this whole program right the way through the app and the hunting sections on how we can achieve this hunting pattern with our dogs. And shortly we're going to come across a bird now that gets shot way down over the track into the sun with multiple birds directly in the area where the bird lands. So she flushes the bird, it gets shot. You see the bird go down, she marks it, just say, Sophie, get out. Straight to the area. While she's in the area, birds are flushing. And even birds are being shot at from that area. Again, more birds being flushed. And when you refer back to my marking and retrieving drills, you will see how I have trained for this. If I hadn't have trained for this and didn't have these weapons in my arsenal, Fatty would not have won these championships. So when you go and refer to them, you'll understand why we taught these. For me, you've got to train for every possible scenario that can happen. So she had one retrieve, a lovely find, straight out, straight back with multiple distractions. And we cast off again and continue on with our run. Now she really picks up the pace. And we're just checking these areas where the sun is, just in case there's another bird just tucked in. And you can see there's a big dip to my left with a track. And coming back towards this sun area again, quite often the birds in this cold woodland edge to the sun. Another bird gets up and is shot again over the track. And when she gets down into this area, there's still live birds running around. And it's very, very heavily brambled in this area. So the marking drill is imperative. She flushed, she marked it. I just said voice, and you can see the bramble. Now, if she hadn't marked this bird, there's no way she'd have gone all the way across there in one cast and picked it. And that was my run over with. Bit of a laugh, a bit of banter with the keeper. It's supposed to be fun, it's supposed to be enjoyable. Always show the host respect and the judges. And now we come in for our second run on the next day. This was a really cold day. So we're just coming in now and preparing for a run. This is an area on the lower part of the estate, which are reed beds, so lots of thick reeds and rushes. And you see I cast her off and she's straight back into it. And again, if you really listen, there's hardly any whistle being used whatsoever, but she's covering every little pocket of ground that could possibly hold a bird. And a real cocker action. You know, she's into this, into that, back into here. It's not just like a windscreen wiper action. She's really using the wind, covering all the bits of ground. We come up to a really steep drainage ditch that you cannot see on the actual video here, but it's about 8-10 foot deep. And when we come across to my left shortly, she's going to flush a bird, and this is where she needed every ounce of her marking training. So the BG marking drills have really come into their own. You see now she comes back across to my left, flushes a bird. bird gets shot way out at 12 o'clock. She can't see me, so I send her, Sophie, get out. She goes down the dip, up the other side, and just drills the mark straight to it and picks it in one cast, and then flushes another bird on the way back. But again, with all of our foundation training, she completely ignored that bird. Straight back up the ditch, back and delivered to hand. You can see her looking at me. She's done her job. She's flushed, out and back. One of the biggest things I see in my training is that my dogs understand the quicker they sit, the quicker they prepare themselves for the mark, the more opportunity I've got of me sending them for it. If they flush and move, they just won't get it. You can see the big ditch just to my right hand side here. And we're just finishing off now. Again, I'm running right next to someone else. And again, we are not using hardly any whistle here at all. I was so confident the way she was hunting and hunting the ground, I could have hunted her for another hour. But again, she's into every little pocket of cover. And you can see occasionally she goes slightly too far. When I say too far, there's her range there. She turns and comes back to me straight away. And she's just covering as much ground as she can, but in a controlled manner. There you go, turn straight back. I just stand my ground, she comes back to me. She's just using the wind. Everything is so calm and so relaxed whilst hunting. I never once have to chase after her, have to walk faster. Doesn't matter how fast she's going, she's always at one with me because of the training that we've done leading up to this area. Now this is called a run-off, when two dogs are on the same marks and we're asked to run the dogs off against each other. Normally game isn't shot in this, but I want you to watch how hard she's going. You can hardly see the dog. She's under every single bit of bracken. Nose down. Really attacking the other dog's ground as well. And again, hardly any whistle whatsoever. For her, it was just another bit of hunting with Dad. It wasn't a run-off for the British Championships. It was for me, trust me, but for her it wasn't. It was just another hunt. And totally at one with me. And there we go. The judges have called us up. And now we've got to wait and see what they decide.
And the one that everybody's been waiting for, prize money for £100, the Lady Auckland Memorial Trophy for the best working cocker, the Brook Challenge Trophy for the winner of the Cocker Spaniel Championship, the C.A. Phillips Perpetual Challenge Cup presented by the Cocker Spaniel Club to the winner, and the Pruitt Cup for the winner of the Cocker Spaniel Championship goes to number 16, field trial champion, Hollywood Tapu, Mr. Ben Randall.
Come on, Ben. Hold it, Ben. Well done.
Well done.
Well done, Ben.
First, I'd like to thank the judges today. As you can tell, it's a bit emotional for me. Thank you to Mike, the secretary. Thank you very much to the Duke, the Guns, Rab, everyone involved. There's lots of people I need to thank.
Congratulations, Ben. That's a fantastic result for you.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
I would think that you must have enjoyed it and perhaps didn't come here expecting it, but just hoping.
I think we all come to the championships hoping one day it could be us, but I just had the luck today, and it sort of all went with me really. There's lots of people that I couldn't thank in the speech, just a little bit emotional for me. My dad, who couldn't be here today, but I'll speak to him later. My wife, my kids, for their support over the years and put up with me. Good friends, my friend Derek Lloyd, Much Karen Shoot, who helped me, Hell's End Shoot, helped me with all my training. There's loads of other people, you know, Mark Whitehouse, Gareth Davis, who sold me the puppy, who bred it. And there's many other people that have helped me over the years, and they all know who they are, and I'll thank them personally. So thank you, chaps.
That's great, that really is. And it is wonderful there have been so many people involved. But tell us just a little bit about the bitch.
Well, Sophie, I went to over to South Wales, had a black one and a chocolate one off Gareth, and straight away I could just see that Sophie was just going to be something special. Started putting a lot of work into her, and I ran her in a few open stakes when she was a young girl, and she did well. And the following season she's come out and she's really proven herself as a real honest, kind bitch. You can see she's very soft, very easygoing, and she just took it all in her stride. Nothing fazed her. You know, she's a lovely bitch. I think one in a lifetime, to be honest.
That's fantastic. And today you've had two lovely runs in the championship, and then it came down to runoff.
Yeah, and I had to run off against, you know, probably one of the best chaps in the business at runoffs, and very, very nervous. But I just knew Sophie I could trust her, and I knew that she was going to go hard. She always goes hard, and I knew that if I just stood there and just let her do her job, she wouldn't be easy to beat. So, and the judges very kindly saw it my way. And, you know, congratulations to Ian as well for coming second. You know, he's been there many times, and he's a very good trainer. And he had a cracking dog today, and we're lucky enough to beat him.
Well done, and many, many congratulations. Go home and enjoy it.
I shall do. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Ben.